artist, I'm going to start to add some colored pencil into my drawings. So when we think about colored pencils, consider everything you just learned with the colored pencil practice worksheet and everything that you've done previously with past projects in different grades. So you want to focus on not just coloring, not just saying, oh, my creamsicle pop here is orange, let me pick an orange and just color the whole thing in. You want to look at little areas at a time, and you want to dissect or pull out all of the colors that you can from that area. So the area that I'm going to start with today is just right here. I'm just going to do this long part right there. Now, if you are working with any colored pencils, but especially the lightest ones, you want to get rid of your pencil lines first. And this is super important because you don't want that pencil, the gray of the pencil, to blend into your color and to make it dirty it up a little bit. So I'm going to start by pulling out all the colors that I think I'm going to need and laying them out. So I'm going to start with cream here. That's my lightest. I'm also going to grab a white so that I can tint, because I can see where it gets even lighter in there. Okay, and then my cream's going to turn into a little bit of a brighter yellow. So I'm going to grab my canary yellow. Okay, if you're not sure what to pick, test them out right here. There's a few different options for each one. So you can test them right on your reference sheet or even on the edge of your good paper. And then I'm going to look for some yellow oranges. I'm actually going to put them there. Okay, and then I'm going to go to an orange. Or do I like this one better? There's a few varieties of each one in there. I actually like both because that one starts to go a little bit more red. And then I'm going to take the poppy red as my last one. That might be just a bit much, but we'll put that in there. Okay, and then do I need something darker? That might be too dark, so I'm going to put that back. Okay, so these are the pencils I'm going to start with. That is a lot of pencils for one little area, but the more that you can put in there, the more layering that you can get, the more details that you get in there, the more realistic, the less flat it's going to look, and the more stylized it is going to be. Okay, so when we start with our color, we want to sharpen our pencils up, especially if they're dull like this one. You always want a nice point. Okay, that way if you have to get into those small areas, you're not using a wide tip, but also that you can use the edge of it to blend in shade. Okay, so I have a nice set here. And I'm going to start first with my lightest areas because I can always put dark over light, but I can't always put light over dark. And so then right about here, I'm going to turn my paper a little bit, okay, because it's more comfortable for my hand. I'm going to just add this oval. Now I'm not pressing super hard, and depending on the paper you're using, your paper might have a texture. Okay, my paper here definitely has a texture. You can see those bumps. But as I layer my colors, no worries, it's going to fill those in. Okay, I'm going to blend that, add a little bit of white to that. I'm going to start working out from there. A little bit of the yellow. Now there's really not this yellow standalone here. It's kind of an undertone. So I'm going to gently layer that on here. And if you're starting to panic, like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I see all these colors, that comes in time, okay? That is, as the more you practice, the more you work with color, the more you could see it. And also the more you work with your colored pencil sets, the more you get to know what each color can do. Okay, I can very quickly open my box and pull out the exact color I'm looking for by name because I've worked with them for a long time. And that will come for you. I'm going to layer my orange over that yellow to kind of tone it down just a little bit. Okay, now I'm getting closer to my edges, so I want to go where I had erased that pencil line out to add that definition on the side. Okay, I don't want to, there we go. And again, I'm not pressing super hard where I'm layering them. I'm just gently putting a little bit of orange. And when I want them to blend, I'm going softly with little circles. Now, also a good habit to make is if my class period ends and I'm not finished with these particular colors and I know that I'm going to need them next time, I should write them down on my paper somewhere, on scrap paper, on the back of your reference, on the side of your reference. That way when you come to class next time and continue working, you don't have to retest out your colors. Okay. And this middle is where this, I think I'm going to need to blend maybe a little reddish brown into this poppy red because it's a bit fiery. I need to just kind of neutralize it a little bit. Look in that corner there. Bring this back up. I'm going to go in and I wanted to use my terracotta. So I'm going to blend this. It's like a reddish brown on its own, the terracotta color. I'm just going to gently, really softly add that in over that poppy red that I added for those shadows. Remember when we're working with yellow and oranges, we don't want to add black in for our shading. We want to go with your brown tones. Okay.